Hello, good people. It's Karen with Ali Yoga. Thank you for being here with us today. And it's another installment of the St. Stephen Lord Temple Fitness program featuring yoga. But yoga is so holistic that we want you to understand different ways of taking care of the Lord's Temple, which is your body. The soul resides. And look at that. We have a guest. You may know her. I hope you do. You probably do. It's Asia, My Story Forward. You've seen her on Facebook and wherever else. She's so social. But she has a tremendous story of how she is taking care of her Lord's temple. And I'll let her tell you the details of it. Um, but she has made a lifestyle change. And that lifestyle changes even led her to become she's studying to become a nutritionist. So that's very exciting. It's so very exciting because your physical workout is important and that's what we go for the most. But what you eat and how you cook it is so very important. And I'll go ahead and let Asia tell you more first about her story, and I want to hear it again.
Hello, everybody. Karen, thank you so very much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Just a little bit about the background of my story. About 6.5 years ago, weighed in at 507 pounds. And I had to find my why. That's what started me. I know a lot of people don't really know what directs them into getting on a journey. For me, it was meeting with my family in a hospital emergency room where we found out that my husband at the time was going to need an amputation, and that was due to high sugar levels that was uncontrollable. And that would just all stem from not knowing really how to eat. The things that we put in our body, we didn't understand that it was destroying us. So over time, it broke him down to the point to where he had to have a decision made for him. That decision led me into living for my family and myself. So I started my journey making my family my why, and eventually getting to the point to where I had to love me enough to say my family was my why, but now I have to know that I love me enough to continue to fight on and continue to live. So I started my journey with a lot of different friends and family just backing me up. But most importantly, as I went along, I had to understand the things that I was putting into my body and how that would work with me in order for me to lose weight. Spent the first 6 months just like anybody else trying to figure it out. And once I figured it out through a dietitian and assistance with working out, it started to help me with the weight loss, just shedding. Um, One of the things that I learned over time is that this isn't just about me. A lot of people are following me now, just trying to understand how they can go about losing the weight and keeping it off. That's what a lot of us struggle with. We may lose 10 to 15 pounds here and there, but what about how do I keep it off? And one of the things you have to do is educate yourself. And that's what I'm doing along the way. It's going to be tough. There's going to be times where you're going to sit back, get frustrated, feel like just the world is crumbling on you. But just always remember your why. And remember that the fight is not going to end. This is going to be for the rest of your life. And as long as you're loving you, you'll love your lifestyle.
Well, how about that? And I can certainly tell you that I have watched, Lord, I was going to call you by the name of our next guest. So I have definitely watched Asia and was amazed at her staying power, um, and how many different types of workout she was doing. Because what a lot of people find out but don't realize is that you need to change your workout. Your body turn just goes ahead and you hit a plateau. People hear about that. But what we don't understand is that our body kind of like phones in the workout. If you're going to do 10 jumping jacks and uh, 15 sit ups and you do them every day at the same time, at first you're going to lose weight. But then the body's like, okay, so we need this much. We're doing this. We're doing this again. If you change that around to a different time or a different type of workout, then your body is excited and enthusiastic again, and it will start losing weight if that's what you're after, because it might be building muscle. But just remember that your body it can just become bored. Okay, variety is the spice of life, and that does not change when it comes to exercise. So believe me, I was so pleased when I had Miss Asia contact me about yoga, okay? And I'm like, it's time. I really didn't even know how to teach her before, okay? And just remember that, don't stay in your lane, okay? So as we sat, we didn't sit, we worked out. I've seen her working out. So we had a private session, a private yoga session, and more things were revealed about her fitness, her bone health. And I said, you know what? We need to do something else. We need to do something different. So instead of just full out in the floor yoga, is what I call it. We're in chair yoga, and that's where a lot of people are able to um, do yoga. So it's something special about. We have another guest, and we're gonna bring her in verbally first, because Asia and I are going to work out. But Asia wants to tell you how we found out that we were all connected with if I
So,
said that right or not. Go ahead, take it away, Asia.
so over the years of carrying the weight, I broke down some of the bones in my knee, which has caused me to be bone on bone. A lot of the workouts that I do, just like what Miss Karen stated, is because I've hit a plateau. And just to let people know, a lot of times, even if you hit a plateau and you have your favorite exercise that you really, really like, you may not have to change up your workout. Just remember that you can change up in the kitchen as well. For me, I had to do a lot of change, and I called my kitchen my lab. I had to go in there and start my chemistry and figure it out, because there was a lot of workouts that I really truly enjoyed doing. But one of the things that I lacked was the stretching part of it. A lot of times we feel like we only have to do 5 minutes worth of stretching, and then we just go on about our business. That's not so. With me having bone on bone, a lot of times I actually, what people didn't see is I was down. I had a lot of heating pads, cold ice to try to help me heal. But one of the things that I found through instructors is I'm not stretching enough. So I knew Miss Karen did the yoga. It was time to reach out. I reached out to Miss Karen, and along with one of my workout friends, I found out that, hey, you could also try this essential oil and mix it in and see how it works. And that's where I met Miss Nicole. So I have took 1 plus 1 and equaled out to 2, and I'm having a tremendous time when it comes to my knee now. I have more comfort when it comes to the workout. I'm not in as much pain, less ice, and not a whole lot on the heating pad side. So
Yes, so that's so wonderful. So you'll be meeting Miss Nicole Banks a little bit later. And right now, so we're fellow ushers at St. Stephen's, okay? So I just wanted you to know that. Shout out to the ushers. And we will be going to do a workout that will support her knee, but you might be surprised how it's done. So I'm not going to give it away. But lean out, lean away from me. There's the chair. Okay. So we're going to go get in our chairs and get this workout on, and you're going to be surprised. But you can do it yourself. You can do it, follow along. Okay. We used to say when we were young, I'm not doing this for my health. But you know what? Yes, you are. Okay. So let's grab these stools out of the way and just put them. That's a fine place for it. That's fine, fine, fine. If you get in your chair, Miss Asia, let me see. Do we have our strap? We have a strap back here. We're going to talk about that later. I just wanted to make sure that we had it. So as you know, in chair yoga, we come to the edge of our chair so that we have more of our bottom on the chair and less of our thigh. You might even be able to tell where the muscles separate into one than the other, and you could put it right there on that crease, okay? So one thing we're going to do is get our blood flow going. With this being Ali Yoga, we have the Ali Shuffle, all right, while we're sitting in the chair. We're just tapping our feet lightly. We can hold on because sometimes it can get really wild, okay? So you're tapping your feet. And this is because we know that, and you can move your feet forward and then back. Yeah. Okay, and go ahead and stop really quickly. And you let me know, Asia, do you feel the circulation moving around in your lower leg?
I do.
Okay, good. And I hope you do too. And what that is, well, if I call it circulation, we'll know that it's blood, right? And healing is in the blood. Healing is shows up because it carries the cells. Help me out. It carries the cells waste away from your body so it can become waste outside of us, but then it also carries nutrition to your body. And the reason I'm pointing to my feet, I don't remember if the word diabetes or the dis-ease of diabetes was mentioned. Did you mention the name of it? Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people know that people lose toes, get toes amputated. They know they have wounds that won't heal on their feet, and that is because the diabetes is preventing the flow of blood, which is the cleaning and the feeding process, the healing. Okay, so you want to do that Ali shuffle so that you can feel that circulation in your leg, so that you can become more conscious that it's going on. Okay, so there. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is back up, and we're going to put our hand, one on our heart and one on our belly, because what we're going to do is relax into our physical practice. We're going to shut the world out. The world might be on the other side of the door. It might be outside of the walls. It might be the thoughts in our mind. So together, we're going to breathe in. Feel the breath move your body. Your chest is moving up. Your belly is moving forward. And then exhale, and you feel the relief starting to move, especially up around your shoulders and your neck, and your arms maybe getting closer to your body. We're going to do it 3 times. So breathe in and breathe out. Again, you're welcome to close your eyes and just go with it. Float with it, okay? Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now go ahead and put your hands, we're holding on to the side of the chair, Asia, and extend your right hand. It's our left. Take it up and over your other right and reach over for the wall. Just reach for the wall. You're standing as tall as you can through your waist. You're not putting your shoulder on the chair, okay? Good. So we're going to switch that. Go ahead and bring that arm down. We're warming up our upper back muscles and shoulder muscles because I know we said we'd be working on our knee, but you'll see why. Reach over. We have plans for these muscles, okay? And we want them to know that we've already thought enough about them to prepare them. And we're bringing that arm down. Holding on to the chair, and we're bringing our shoulder blades together so that our chest goes back and our elbows go, our chest goes forward and our elbows go back. Good. And you can take your chin up. And now take it all the way, chin, all the way down to your chest, round your shoulders, pull your belly in. Keep breathing down here and breathe out the back of your lungs. The front of them are like folded, right? So breathe, expand the upper back. And go ahead and inhale and come to sitting. All right, and let's lift shoulders and drop them again. I'm liking this. Okay, let's go ahead and give ourselves a hug from right here. Use your fingertips to pull your elbow, your arms forward, pull your belly back, and just keep lengthening that. Okay, and then exhale and relax. So you might get a little warm as you go through some of these motions, especially your arms and your legs, because those are your, because that's what happens. And because I'm feeling a little warm right now. But right now we have our, we're gonna grab our belt, and this is where we start to work on our knees. Besides now your belt is a little different. So if you want to go ahead and get your foot in it, she has a loop belt, and I believe it is a yoga belt, okay? But this is also a more basic yoga belt that's more engineered. I give the company the good stuff. So you have it on? Okay, so here we are. So we're holding the belt in one hand, the same hand as leg. Walk your hand down the belt. Go ahead and start to lift your leg. And your belt is a little slacky. So walk your hand down the belt, slide down, and you have loops if you want. You don't have to use them. Like I said, it's engineered. And lift the leg. So we are not leaning back. Find the same pressure that you had on your hips and legs at first and lift up. Now you're at home. If you don't have a belt, you can hold on to the bottom of your pants. You can hold your leg up, okay? What you are doing and what you feel is your thigh muscle, your thigh, your quads. They are doing the work. So press through your heel and bring your toes back towards you and still feel the thigh work. The thigh is nice and tight, right? Nice and hard. You're building muscle right there. Now I'm going to check out Asia, and I'm going to give her a little assistance back here. She already did it. So that's great. So now I'm going to give you something else to do. Okay. So touch my fingers. Now, you feel that even more? Okay. But see, okay, bend your knee. So what she did, I know that her knee, you might have heard people say bends backwards. I don't know, bow-legged. We call it something. But what it is misaligned. And you don't want to practice that when you know it's going on. So she bent her knee. She flexed her knee a little bit. And that really lines the bones up. So anyway, pushing through her heel, and that makes the good. You've been around the gym. She's a gym rat. She knows what's up. Cause she went back into that over hyperflexion and corrected it. Okay, because it didn't feel right anymore, did it? It didn't feel like what we had talked about. But anyway, you can go in and out of that pose, or you can just hold it. Now let go of so we worked our upper back because that was holding the leg up, kind of, okay? What the leg couldn't do, the back did. But now lift your leg, go back to where you were. Yeah, that helps you correct your knee, doesn't it? Good, and you're pushing through your heel. Flex your toes back. That's a flex. Yeah. Okay. Now I want you sitting up more. Let me see where the other foot is. Yeah. Okay, you're pushing down into that heel, right? Now you might lose a little height, but let go of the belt. But don't put your foot down. Keep lifting up. Lift up. Lift up. So, okay.
Don't do the belt.
Okay. Go ahead, put it down. Now, go ahead and put it down. You're good. And go to the other side. So while she's doing that, I didn't demonstrate this for her, so I want to now demonstrate it for her so that she can understand, because sometimes that's the first thing that we need to do. You need to understand the language that I'm using so that you can interpret it. It's like, what is she talking about? My body used to say that all the time. It's like, you want me to do what? So anyway, you change legs, okay? Because I didn't work this leg, so I'm gonna work it. And you're doing the same thing. Go ahead and lift, and then I'll get you to the point of where I threw in some new instructions for you. So we're pushing our heel out. We're extending our toes back toward our knee. Therefore, our thigh is nice and strong. It is getting stronger by doing this. And what I was asking Asia to do is let go of her belt, and I want the thigh to do the work. So you might lose it right here because now your shoulder and back are not helping lift, but squeeze the thigh and lift up. Hey, yeah. So hold on to the side of your chair and feel your torso move. Make it go forward. And that's okay if the leg drops down a little bit, okay? So go ahead and put that down and take the belt off, and let's just go to the other side. And then lift the leg. Hold on to the chair. See, it's the anchor, and you're sitting down in the chair. Sit your bottom in the chair strongly. Just because you're there doesn't mean you're using the force of your internal body. You're using the force of gravity, but use gravity and the force. Push down into your bottom so that strong thigh, contracted thigh will lift up. Okay, and go ahead and bend those back down. So, Ollie shuffle. So if you've ever been to physical therapy, then you know that that was knee work, because the knee and hip, they the larger joint actually supports the smaller and lower joint. Okay, so as we go ahead and stop like that, we feel the circulation moving around us more. Even more so, mine traveled up my knee. Did it get past your knee? Sometimes it doesn't because we have this fold here. But anyway, we want to go ahead and do a little bit of breathing, because I always want to make sure that you understand how important your breathing is. It's the very last thing that God put into us, and it animates, it moves the body. So I want you to practice the way that we have already before, if you've been to other episodes, and that is to trace your breath in your nostril up to the center of your forehead, which is where your wisdom seat is, and then up to the crown of your head. It will then go into the atmosphere up to the Lord's ear, and then the Lord will say, okay, and will return your request, but only what you can handle, right? So anyway, so let's do that, and I'll tell you more. So anyway, you can hold on, you're still sitting to the edge of your chair, okay? That way your spine stays more erect. You have more control of it. You can pull your belly in, but you can close your eyes and go ahead and inhale through your nostrils. You feel it in your nose. You might feel it in the center of your forehead. You might not feel it up at the crown of your head, but trust and believe it's there. It has exited the pores in your head, moved up into the atmosphere, like I said, to God's ear, and you exhale and bring that energy of God back into your body. It travels through your body. If you really pay attention to any circulation moving, understand that energy is helping it move, okay? So together, let's do that again. You're welcome to close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my breath. Not the sound of my breath. Listen to the sound of your breath, the sound of my voice, and go ahead and breathe in. Follow the path, just like a puff of smoke, to your forehead, out the crown of your head. And this is your prayer that you send up to God about how you want to feel. And then God is returning the feeling you have requested down through the crown of your head to clear your mind in the forehead, and then you breathe out. Now we want to go through the rest of our body. So let me stop you right there, and we're going to go back down to our feet, and we're going to do the Ollie shuffle. Okay? Ollie shuffle, right? And you might feel that even more, that circulation even more, because and now I'm going to give you hand direction as we can come to a stop and we feel our circulation. And you can follow along with the hands if you like, or you can just close your eyes, but I want you to know the path of the breath. As you inhale, you're coming up through the nostrils, nasal passages up through the third eye, the forehead, up to the crown, and your breath is moving out the pores of your body. That energy is reaching up to God, and then as God grants your request, you're bringing it back in through the crown of your head, through your forehead, through your nasal passages. We know it exits through the nasal passages, but also follow it through the body as it travels down, all the way down to your toes. That energy travels through you, to you, and through you, and you give it out to the world. All right? And then as you bring in the goodness of the world that you want to replicate, you bring it in with your inhale, and you're traveling up that nasal passage to the crown of your head after you go through your wisdom, and you're out to the universe and to the Lord, and you exhale, and you just bring that energy that you have requested into your life by bringing it into your body, throughout your body. You use it to grace the world with your presence, and then you request more, and you go on, and you love it, and you feel it, and you practice it. There's a breathing and meditation right there together that you can do like 15 minutes every morning. Your life will be better. Your day will be better. You'll feel it. Let's go ahead and close out this session. One hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. With great appreciation, I thank Asia for being here with us today. And together, let's breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and out. Third time's a charm. Breathe in, hold it, hold it, hold it, and exhale. Feel the relaxation around your neck and shoulders as it travels even throughout your body. Go ahead and put your hands down and just breathe your way out. Take deep breaths and exhale. We'll see you next time, okay? We're going to keep breathing.